Welcome in to the TSSN Radio. I'm Chandler Morrison here for the TSSAA Class AA State Baseball Championships. Tonight, Sequatchie County, the Indians, and Loudon, the Redskins, take on each other in this first round of the TSSAA State Baseball Championships. We're here at Smyrna High School, home of the Bulldogs, for this state championship, for this state state tournament game, And your lineup for the Indians tonight, Colin Cooper, he's leading off. He's the pitcher tonight. And his shortstop, Colin Hudson. Second base, Bodie Terry. Trevor Ritchie covering out left field. Austin Mitchell, another pitcher, but he's going to be running first base tonight. Griffin Hall, he's on third base. Tyler Lynn, right field, our designated hitter. Caden Swanner, and rounding off the lineup, Logan Potts. He's your catcher. He's catching it from Colin Cooper tonight behind the mound. We're about ready to get started off here. As up for Loudon, Austin Myers, he's the designated hitter. Interesting to see the designated hitter leading off for Loudon. In case you missed it, softball, Sequatchie County, they lost to Lexington in the opening round, 5-3. And here we go. The first pitch, Colin Cooper checks down the sign. Here it comes, down in there, and it's going to be strike one. 0-1 count for Myers. Cooper on the hill tonight. Beautiful setting here. And that's going to be a wild pitch. Nobody on base, no foul there, but that's going to be a ball one here in this at-bat. 34, Myers. Austin Myers, he is the designated hitter. And it's up. The pitch is up. It's going to be a fly to shallow right field. First baseman for Sequatchie County is going to grab that one. That one's Austin Mitchell. And out number one here for the TSSAA Class AA opening round, the second game here tonight at Smyrna. We just got in here. Thank God we just got in here before the first pitch, and I got everything settled. But now we have batter number 2. That is Caden Dawkins. Number 6, right fielder. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball there. Beautiful setting here at Smyrna. The purple and gold making the Indians feel at home tonight. Loudon in white uniforms, red hats, red helmets. Sequatchie County, here comes the pitch. It's going to be outside there. Ball one. And Sequatchie County, white pants, shirts, the jerseys, their gold with the purple stripe across, kind of like Northwestern. That's going to be a foul ball there for Dawkins, and there's strike. Is that one or two strike? Strike number 2. Red and white for Loudon, purple and gold for Sequatchie County. Smyrna purple and gold as well, so the Indians feeling well at home. As Cooper, he delivers, and it's fouled off again there by Dawkins. 1-2 count for him. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be fouled off down the third base line this time. Still a 1-2 count. Well, thank you for joining us here on TSSN Radio. You can catch us on Facebook. Go to the Spears Facebook page, and you will find the link to this. Please share, like the page, and add me on Facebook. Add me, Chandler Morrison, and I will give you the coverage this week. And that's going to be a high ball, and there we go. It's going to be 2-2. I'm all wound up and go. I just called a softball game. I was out of my zone. I was trying to get back into it. Hadn't called a game in like a year. So now we're back into it, and I am ready to go. Cooper, he delivers the pitch from the hill, and it's fouled off again along at bat here for Dawkins. We got a 2-2 count. 2-2 count. And ball out into left field. It's going to drop in front of the left fielder for Sequatchie County. It's going to drop in front of Trevor Ritchie, and that's going to be a single for Dawkins. He gets on first base. Nathan Hickman up to bat. He is the pitcher for the Redskins. Pitcher-pitcher duel here in the third at bat of this inning. 1 out, 1 on for Loudon. In the top of the first, we just got underway with this one. Cooper, he delivers the pitch. It's going to be low and outside, ball 1. If you just listen to the softball game and now you're listening to the baseball game, it's a totally different atmosphere here. Kind of just, I love this field. It's kind of got the sun glazing in on it. Great field here. Great landscaping here on this Smyrna Bulldogs field. And it's going to be hit to the first baseman, Mitchell, and it comes out of his glove, and he's going to get to first, and that's going to put Dawkins on second and Hickman on first. And that's going to go down as an error there off Austin Mitchell. So 2 on, 1 out for Loudon here in this top of the first inning. Sequatchie County is the home team, so they will get the last bat, which is good for them. And now they're going to have a courtesy runner come. That is number 8. We do have a pinch runner. Up to bat is Andrew Gibson. He's third baseman. And Jasper Cooley is going to pinch run there. I guess a courtesy runner there on first. Andrew Gibson. And it's going to be down in there. That's low. Ball 1. Cooper was looking down the second baseman there. That's why it took a second for the delivery there. Jasper Cooley. That's a pretty cool name right there, I got to say. We got a 1-0 count. Cooper on the mound. And it's going to be hit to the shortstop. He's going to toss it over to second. And it's going to be safe at first. So that's going to be Hickman is out. That's going to be out number 2. And now we got runners on the corner in Dawkins and Gibson. Is that going to be single or fielder's choice? Is it still fielder's choice? That's going to be a fielder's choice on that one. So he will get to first base. We got runners on the corners. We got Andrew Gibson on first and Dawkins on third. No one on second. Up to bat, Brody Bingham, the first baseman, number 36 for Loudon. Cooper on the heel. Looks over at first. Thinks about it. No, he's going to pitch it. And it's going to be fouled off there. And that's going to be an 0-1 count for Brody Bingham. Colin Cooper, 4-2 record on the season. Interesting start here. Colin Hudson, Austin Mitchell, better records, better ERA. But you know what? You got to rest them. You got to be thinking ahead in this tournament, especially with a top and bottom bracket, and you don't get to play twice. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be fouled off down the third base line and going to go out of play into the bullpen over on the left side. Where I'm looking from the press box up behind home plate. And here we go. We got a 0-2 count for Cooper. Cooper working on a strikeout here. 0-2. Runners on the corner. 2 outs here. Cooper's going to step off, and now they got a pickle between first and second, and they're going to try to tease out that runner at third. And he's going to be safe. It looked like he might have got him, but he's going to be safe at third. And now that runner on first goes to second on a stolen base there, basically. Andrew Gibson. He's on second now. And Dawkins still on third. Now you got 2 runners in scoring position here. And Darren Easterly, head coach Darren Easterly, is going to take a walk out to the mound. No, he's going to take a step out to the umpire. And I think he's going to try maybe to contest that call over at third base. Easterly to the left from where I'm looking from the press box to the left of the mound between shortstop and the pitching mound, and he's going to appeal it to the field umpire. Now they're going to come and talk about it with the home plate umpire, as that's how the appeals go. He's got to make the final call on that. Brody Bingham's still up to bat. He's got an 0-2 count on him. And it looks like the play is going to stand there, and we have runners on second and third here. That is Dawkins and Gibson. Brody Bingham, 0-2 count. Here comes Cooper with the pitch. It's going to be outside, and Potts is going to step out on that one. He's trying to make sure that third baseman doesn't come down the line there. Trying to keep a score from happening here in the top of the first. You know, it's one of those things you got to do if you want to win a game here in this state tournament. Cooper from the hill delivers. It's going to be a wild pitch, a pass ball, but it's going to bounce right off the back of the cage, or right off the back of the net here, I should say, and we'll come right back to Potts. Potts talks with his pitcher for a second before he comes back to the catcher's box. So now we got a 1-2 count on Bingham. I think I'm saying that right, Bingham. Just as long as I'm not saying Bingham, right? There we go. All right. So here we go with the pitch. Cooper. It's going to be hit right past Cooper to the second baseman, and they're going to throw to first. It's in time. First baseman trips over first, and that's going to be the third out of the inning. No damage done here. And that's going to be the third out of the inning. The Bingham, he trips over the base there. Some are saying he's tripping over Austin Mitchell's leg. But he's going to be walked back by the coach. And now, Loudon. They are going to try to defend this. Sequatchie County is going to get a chance to get some runs in. I want to thank y'all for tuning in from wherever you're tuning in at here on TSSN Radio, Spear Nation Radio. We're live here from the TSSAA State Championships, the Spring Fling. We were at softball earlier. They lost. Sequatchie County loses to Lexington 5-3 in the opening round of Game 1 over in Starplex. Well, we got done with that one. We came straight over here to Smyrna, and we hit some traffic. Got over here barely in time. I'm thankful for the grounds crew over here. They were still working on the field when we got over here, and we were able to get the lineups and get everything set and tune in right as the pitcher was about to pitch. Nathan Hickman, he's your pitcher, number 14 for the Bulldogs. Excuse me, the Bulldogs. I'm thinking Bulldogs. We're here at Smyrna. It's the Redskins. It's the Redskins. They already trying to trick me. I guess we better switch over. First three up. The leadoff is Colin Cooper, followed by Colin Hudson and Bodie Terry. Hudson, the shortstop, and Terry, the second baseman. Of course, you heard Cooper a while ago pitching in this one. Easterly going to go to the third base. Going to go to third base to be the coach over there, and going to leave Coach Mitchell over at first. Up first, Colin Cooper, the pitcher. Nathan Hickman, the pitcher. He's coming off the mound. And in there, and it's going to be low, ball one on this at bat. Cooper, batting .345 on the season, 10 RBIs, 15 stolen bases, and on-base percentage of 4.56, and that's going to be a strike there from Hickman. Colin Cooper, the left-handed pitcher, they must have thought that was going to be strategic, and he also does outfield when he's not pitching. He's going to hit it up. It's going to bounce off the ground. They're going to throw it to first. Easy out for Hickman. It's going to go straight there, and it's going to be a 1-3 out there for Hickman. First out, ground out to first for Cooper. Colin Hudson, the shortstop for the Indians. Number 3, he's a senior, older brother Dakota Hudson. He's pitching in the majors for the St. Louis Cardinals. Here comes the pitch from Hickman. He's going to call that a strike. He was trying to bunt there, and it looked like he missed that, so it is going to be a strike on him. Strike one to Colin Hudson. 0-1 count. Call for time in the box. Lets it go. Hickman with the pitch. It's going to be no, he's going to call that a strike there, and just like that, it's an 0-2 count for Hudson. Hickman trying to strike this out, and struck him out swinging. That's 2 down, and Colin Hudson records the second out here of this first inning here in the Class AA opening round of the state tournament in baseball. Bodie Terry, he's coming right up to the plate, the second baseman, 22 for the Indians. Here comes the pitch from Hickman. It's going to be in there, and that's going to be a called strike. He won't go swinging. That was a nice inside the box right there. Looked like he got that inside, maybe not the corner, but the inside line of the box. And he's going to hit it and foul it off into right field. It's going to go across the line and be foul ball. So now he's down 0-2 in this count, already down good in this at-bat. Maybe it's the pace. Maybe I'm just used to softball being fast-paced and going and going and going. Baseball slows it down a little bit, and now I'm getting in the groove here. As Hickman delivers the pitch, it's a swing and a miss here for Bodie Terry, and that's 3 up, 3 down for the Loudon Redskins. Oh, that's 4 up, 3 down, actually. Sorry. We did. Oh, I wrote the wrong one. That is 3 up, 3 down. Sorry, guys. I had the wrong one. I already wrote something back down for the next batter. Well, good thing I'm not worried about that. Score 0-0 here in the first. Sorry about that. I was trying to get in this game and get into it. It is 0-0 as we end the first inning. We'll go to the top of the first here in just a second. Colin Cooper still on the mound for the Indians. Next 3 up for Loudon. Cade Smith, the shortstop. Jacob Mallory, the left fielder. And Jackson Duncan, the second baseman for Loudon. As I said earlier, Cooper, he's got a 4-2 record. He's one of 2 lefties on this team, a senior on this team. So, of course, I think when you open this state tournament, you've got to start him. He's a lefty. He gives you an advantage because a lot of times you're going to look at a lot of right-handed batters, majority of the time. Maybe not all the time, but majority of the time. So he's going to give you that good left-handed pitching. 4-2 has a winning record. You know, that's something that you got to look at. A 3.69 ERA, second highest on the team. But so far, so good. No damage done here in this one. 30 innings pitched, 39 strikeouts, and only 29 walked in this season. And that's going to be strike 1 for Cooper. Cade Smith with taking the first strike, and the second pitch is coming. It's going to be outside. A 1-1 count now for Cade Smith for the Redskins. He's the shortstop, 41. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please share on Facebook so we can get this link in there, and that's going to be an inside pitch from Cooper. Now we got a 2-1 count. Well, thank y'all for tuning in to TSSN Radio, Spirit Nation Radio. Please like the page and follow our page, and we'll get it going on. This is Game 2 here at Smyrna, the upper bracket of this TSSAA Class AA State Baseball Tournament. And it's going to be low and outside there, ball 3 for Cooper. 1 strike and 3 straight balls here for him. Let's see if he can come back with a strike. And he does, but it's going to be a foul ball strike. He did get some contact there. Now we got full count. Cade Smith, he is a junior, and he's going to hit it. It's going to go to right center field, and it's going to be caught by the right fielder for Sequatchie County. It'll be Tyler Lynn out there, and that's going to be out number 1 for the Indians. Jacob Mallory coming up to bat for the Loudon Redskins, number 32. He is the left fielder for the Redskins. And he is also a junior for the Redskins. Is that a ball or a strike? Is that a ball or a strike? A ball. And we got 2 balls here, 2-0 count here from Mallory from Cooper. Cooper, 3, I guess that's 5 straight balls. He's going to go in there with a strike. So now we got a 2-1 count for Mallory. Here comes the pitch from Cooper, It's going to be fouled. And barely going to miss the barely going to miss the coach down there in the Loudon dugout on the third base line over here. Got a 2-2 count here to Jacob Mallory. And here comes the pitch from Colin Cooper. It's going to be hit on the ground. It's going to go to the shortstop, and he's going to mishandle it. That is Colin Hudson there for the Indians. He's going to mishandle it, and I'm going to call that an error. So be an error there on Colin Hudson. I believe it's Colin Hudson. Yeah, I think he's at shortstop. He's got to be at shortstop. Anyways, they're going to fake the check down to first, and Mallory's going to dive for first. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be fouled off behind him, and that's going to be the first strike on him. And you're going to check down to first, and it's going to be, nope, not going to get him. That's going to be a high pitch, not in the zone, and another ball there. That's a 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be fouled off high down the third base line and going to go out of play. Looked like it got close to the bullpen over here on the left side. Our score right now, 0-0, 1 on for Loudon. That's Jacob Mallory, and 1 out here in this top of the second inning. Colin Cooper composes himself. With the pitch, he's going to pitch down. It's going to go down to the third base line, and the third baseman's going to miss it, go to left field, and now we got 2 on for Loudon. Mallory at second, and Jackson Duncan on first. He is the second baseman. Up to bat, Mackenzie Lunsford. And we're going to have a meeting at the mound with head coach Darren Easterly here. In case you're just joining us, softball played today. Sequatchie County softball lost 5-3 to Lexington. They will play in the morning at 10 a.m. We'll be here bright and early in Murfreesboro at Starplex Complex Fields here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee for that game. And depending how this one goes, we may see you in the morning as well for this one or tomorrow evening. If they lose, they play tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. If they win, they play at 12:30 midday. Mackenzie Lunsford up to bat. He is a sophomore for the Redskins and a center fielder in this game. And he's going to foul it back and come at the window over here. Good thing there's a net there. It might have come in the press box with us. Be a foul ball there for Lunsford. And Cooper on the mound. Got 1 on second, 1 on first. Jacob Mallory and Duncan. Mallory on second, Duncan on first. And he's going to take a step back and take a throw to the second baseman. No one there, so couldn't really throw it at all. Mallory with a leadoff. He's going to take it. It's going to be a wild pitch, and Potts is going to try to throw down to third. No, he's going to eat it there, and both runners advance on a wild pitch. Got a 1-1 count for Lunsford. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. The score 0-0 here at the top of the second. Loudon up to bat. Cooper on the mound. He delivers. That's going to be inside, and ball number 2. Cooper. And a swing by Lunsford. It's going to be a foul ball. It's going to go to the third baseman, and that's an out in foul territory there by the third baseman for Sequatchie County. That is Griffin Hall. Yes, that is Griffin Hall down there at third. Well, thank you, Rodney Smith, for tuning in and comment. Please comment, give your best cheers for the Indians here on Facebook and on Spreaker. That's going to be a foul ball off a bunt there for Myers. We're back up to the top of the lineup, and that is Austin Myers. He's the designated hitter, and number 34 for the Redskins. He's a senior as well for this Redskins squad. So Lunsford was our second out. We were two outs, 2 on second and third. Mallory on third. Duncan on second. Cooper on the mound still. Myers. That's going to be a high pitch to him outside. Myers, 34. Oop, can't be doing that. And that's going to be a foul ball. It's going to be between third and home, and Cooper's going to grab that himself for the third out of the inning. And that's going to bring us to the end of the top of the first here in Smyrna as the Sequatchie County Indians take on the Loudon Redskins. And, of course, Sequatchie County rocking the bleach blonde hair over here. They did that yesterday. And they wanted some team bonding yesterday before they were getting ready. And I want to thank Anthony Wright for tuning in. Your listening is appreciated as much as the broadcast is for you, I promise you. And 0-0 your score as we go to the bottom of the second here. Next 3 up for Sequatchie County, Trevor Ritchie, Austin Mitchell, and Griffin Hall, your next 3 up. Last inning, 1-2-3, 3 and out. 3 up, 3 out for Sequatchie County. Colin Cooper, he grounded out to first. Colin Hudson and Bodie Terry both out on a ground out as well. And by the way, the winner of this one plays at 12:30 tomorrow. The loser plays at 10 right here in Smyrna. Sequatchie County softball, they've already left got their spot tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. at the Starplex Fields. So we got that in, and they'll be at 10 a.m. tomorrow at Starplex Fields. That will be the start time for that game. So we hope for you to join us on Spreaker Radio and TSSN Radio there. Trevor Ritchie up to bat, and Nathan Hickman on the mound still for the Redskins. Here comes the first pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. It's going to be a ball there. That's going to be a strike there from Hickman. And now we got a 2-1 count. Hickman delivers the pitch. It's going to be hit by Ritchie over to the third baseman, and close out, but he is out at first for the first out of this bottom half of the inning. 1, and that's a ground out to first. Austin Mitchell up to bat. He is the first baseman. Also pitches along with Colin Hudson. So your first So your first two and then Austin Mitchell in the lineup, they all pitch, and we can all see them this week here in Murfreesboro. The ball is hit to Loudon, and back to Hickman, and it's an easy 1-3 out there for Hickman, 2. Griffin Hall up. He's your third baseman for the Sequatchie County Indians. He bats .286, 14 RBIs, 7 stolen bases, and that's going to be outside there for the first pitch. 7 stolen bases and an on-base percentage of .450. I think that is the 4th or 5th highest on the team. He's going to step back into the box. Sun coming over the horizon, making my sunburn even more excruciating from this weekend. And it's going to foul off to the right side over here, the first baseline. And the football stadium is over here to our right for Smyrna. And over to the left, we have the bullpen in the school. So it's actually going to the stadium side over here. And that's going to be strike number 2. And now we got a 1-2 count here. I want to thank Rodney Smith and Anthony Wright for joining us on Spreaker. And I want to thank everybody on Facebook for joining us as well. This is TSSN Radio, Spirit Nation Radio. I'm Chandler Morrison on the call. Here's the pitch from Hickman. And got him swinging for the third strike of this one. And again, the Indians 3 up, 3 down. They are struggling here in these first 2 innings. And that is so we have Trevor Ritchie, by the way, grounded out to third. Austin Mitchell grounded out to pitcher. And Griffin Hall was struck out. And now Logan Potts down behind the sorry about that. Logan Potts down at catcher, and Colin Cooper still on the mound for the Indians. Yeah, and Anthony, I understand that. I wasn't criticizing that move at all. I was just looking at the records, looking at the ERA, and I figured with baseball that was probably part of it. Was the fact that he needs some rest. For y'all that don't know, Anthony just commented Hudson just pitched against Signal Mountain Saturday, so he hasn't had enough rest. Cooper can handle it. I'm sure he can handle it. Now, I wasn't criticizing that move at all. What I was saying is interesting. I thought it was an interesting move. I didn't know if maybe Mitchell could have taken over, or he could, but a good left-handed pitcher is always good to have with Cooper. He does have a winning record, so there's nothing to worry about here, and he's a senior, so he's wanting this more badly than anybody on the field, I would think. But he's going to pitch it now. He's going to pitch to the second man on the lineup for Loudon. That is Dawkins, Caden Dawkins. And we're in the bottom of the third here. The bottom of the third. It's going to be an outside pitch there, and then a foul ball there for Dawkins. Dawkins got on base earlier but did not score. I believe Loudon has left about 4 people on base this game, which is more than Sequatchie County can say. So he hits the gap right past Cooper out into right field and past the center field, and that's going to go to the center fielder for Sequatchie County. That's going to be Johnson, I believe. Johnson. Nathan Hickman, the pitcher, he's up again. He's third in the lineup. We have one on for Loudon. No outs yet. Thank y'all for tuning in. It is the top of the third, no score here, as Eddie said, and Cooper looking good. Even though you're not getting strikeouts sometimes getting in those pressure situations and getting at them can do more for your morale than anything. And that looked like that could have hit Hickman, but I think he moved his leg right before it hit him, so that's going to be a ball instead of a hit by pitch. Hey, what's the count? 1-0. Okay. That is a ball, so that is 1-0 there. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be hit up, popped up. Looks like it's going to go to about where second base is, and the shortstop, Colin Hudson, is going to easily tangle that one in. And that's going to be a fly out. It's going to be the first out of this half inning. Got one on. That's Dawkins. He's on first. He's taking a lead. And he's going to throw, and they're not going to get him. He didn't have enough of the lead there. Back over to Cooper on the mound. Up to bat, Andrew Gibson, the third baseman for Loudon, the Redskins. He's going to check him again before he even gets a pitch down. He's going to be safe. He doesn't want – he really, really, really does not want Dawkins to come off first there. He's telling him who's boss. And it's going to go high. Potts looking for the steal, and Dawkins stays where he is. So ball one, and we've been looking at first the entire time, but we do have a ball on Andrew Gibson. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be a strike. Looked like it got the bottom end of that zone there, and now we got a 1-1 count. Well, thank y'all for tuning in to TSSN Radio. You can download 2 ways to listen. You can go and listen to the link on Facebook, pull the link up on Facebook that we put out, or you can go on Spreaker Radio and go to Spear Nation Radio. As it's hit, Hickman hits it to the third baseman, Hall, and it isn't out at first, so that is our second out there. And it's a ground out to third for him. First baseman Brody Bingham up to the plate. 2 outs, 1 on. That 1 on is Dawkins, and he's at second on the ground out from Gibson. Bingham, the first baseman. He's waiting for Cooper to bring it in, Cooper looks back at second, checking him down. He's thinking about it. No, he's going to pitch it. And he's going to step toward third. No, he's not going to go after all. That's going to be ball 1 on this at bat. Cooper steps off, wipes the sweat off his arm. Waiting for the sign. Checks it off. Looks back at second. Thinks about it. He's going to step it. He's going to not be in time there. As the ball goes out of the glove of Colin Hudson and rolls over to the left here, rolls over toward third, they grab it and send it back to Cooper. And Dawkins safely on second again. Sequatchie County fans, they probably just came over from the softball game because it's only about 20 minutes away, and it just got underway. We barely got here in time. By the way, top of the third, no score. That's going to be outside there for Brody Bingham. We got a 2-0 count here. The Lady Indians, in case you missed it earlier, they lost to Lexington 5-3. They will play tomorrow at 10 a.m. The winner of this game will play here in Smyrna at 12:30. The loser plays at 10 a.m. against the earlier game. And we got a strike there from the umpire. So we got a 2-1 count here on Brody Bingham. Last time up, Bingham grounded out to first, and he ended the first inning. 2-1 count, 2 outs here in Smyrna. Here's the pitch. It's hit up. It looks like it's going to be a pop-up. It's going to go to the second baseman for Sequatchie County. An easy out for Brian. It's going to be an easy out. Bingham is the last out of the inning. The second baseman, that's going to be Brody Terry with the out, the easy fly out to second. Sequatchie County, so it'll come up at the bottom of the lineup here, and they've been 3 up, 3 out the last 2 innings. Can they change that and get to the top of the lineup before we go to the next inning? Next 3 up, Tyler Lynn, the right fielder. And then next after that on deck, Caden Swanner, the designated hitter, and rounding out the next 3 up, Logan Potts, the catcher. Okay, Tyler Lynn, he's batting .292 on the season, 25 RBIs, 1 home run on the season. One of I believe that's how many home runs we got. I'm looking at the total here. I think we've had three home runs all season. He's got 1 of them. 14 stolen bases, and .375 on-base percentage, which is really good, getting on base at least once a game probably. Hickman, he's warming up. Easterly walking over to the third base dugout where he can get over here in the coach's box, and they're going to check it down. The catcher there for Loudon, that's Watson. All right, we're going to the bottom of the third here. I apologize, Anthony. It is Bodie, and I keep thinking that. There's a dude on Loudon that's called Brody, and I keep mixing them up. So here comes the pitch from Hickman. It's going to be a strike. Low in the zone, but it is going to be a strike. For Tyler Lynn, he's up. I understand that. Yeah, it is Bodie. I'm sorry about that. I'll correct that because I knew it was Bodie when I was looking last night, and that's going to be a low ball. No, it's not going to be a strike. So we got a 1-1 count. There's another guy on the other team. His name is Brody Bingham, so I keep saying Brody because I'm used to saying that. But it is Bodie. Sorry about that, Anthony. All right. It's going to be a strike there from Hickman. And now we got a 1-2 count coming to Tyler Lynn. Indians coming. Yep. Indians are up to bat. It is no score at the bottom of the third. Pitch. And it's going to be fouled up and out over here behind me. The Loudon crowd to my left, they're up and over behind them. The Sequatchie crowd to my right, I can see a lot of purple over here, some red on this side. I see more of the football stadium on this side of me. This is a pretty big school in Smyrna. Here's the pitch, and it's going to come inside there. Look how I got pretty close to hitting Lynn. That's going to be a ball. Whoo! What a game so far. We got a pitcher's duel here, and it's going to be swing and a miss there for Lynn. He strikes out swinging. That's going to be out number 1. Caden Swanner coming up to bat. Number 15 for the Indians. He is the designated hitter. He's the DH, and he is a senior. Here comes the pitch from Hickman. Hickman, he's going to foul it off there. Foul off the Hickman pitch, and that's going to be an 0-1 count now. Next up is Logan Potts, the catcher for the Indians. He is batting at the end of the lineup. Here comes the pitch to Swanner. It's going to be in there, and it's going to be outside, just missing the zone there. We got a 1-1 count. Hickman takes the pitch, and it's going to be low. Another ball. 2-1 count here in this at-bat. And the pitch from Hickman, it's going to be hit on the ground and fouled over to the third base line. It's going to come into the Loudon dugout over here. Like I said, this is kind of, for the Indians, it feels like home because it's purple and gold here for the Smyrna Bulldogs. And they're purple and gold. They are dressed in their gold. And it's going to be a strike in there, and he's going to strike out. No looking there. That's going to be another strikeout for Hickman. Strikeout number 2. Logan Potts up to bat, the catcher for the Indians. He is a sophomore, I believe. Yes, he is a sophomore. Just wanted to make sure. Check that out. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be in there, and strike 1. And Hickman on his way to striking 3 straight out. And if Potts doesn't get on base here, we're looking at 9 up, 9 down for this pitcher. It's going to be a strike 2. Hickman coming with a pitch. It's going to be fouled off there by Potts. Waiting on the pitch from Hickman. Hickman composing himself on the mound. Still 0-0 here in the bottom of the third. 2 outs, nobody on. And it's a swing and a miss. It's a drop third strike. He's going to run to first. And easy out there for the catcher, Rylan Watson, I believe, for Loudon. So that's going to be... So does that go out? Does that go down as a strikeout, or does that go? Yeah, that goes down as a strikeout. So 3 straight strikeouts and 9 up, 9 down for this Loudon crew. Sequatchie County just not able to get on base here. Into the third, no score here. So you may be wondering, how did we get here? Well, let's look at the road to the TSSAA Class A State Championships. First, Loudon in the region. They got a win over Hickson 3-1 in the first round, and they beat Signal Mountain 7-3, which is why Signal Mountain ended up going to Sequatchie County because they were in the other region. District 5 champs, Region 3 champs. And Grundy County, they won against Grundy County. They kept Grundy County out of the state tournament. They won 3-0. Head coach Jason Lambert, assistant coaches Andrew Busey. Busey? I don't know how you say that. I'm going to say Busey. All right. Paul McConkey and Neil Zupko, which is, I guess, the Mount Rushmore of weird names for assistant coaches, I guess. I don't know. Colors are red and white, and they've been to the state tournament twice, back in 2015 and now, and they're 3-4 in the state tournament. We'll talk at the end of the next inning. We'll tell you how Sequatchie County got here to the TSSAA state championships. Now, is that still Cooper on the mound? Oh, that's 2, ain't it, I think? And Cooper's still on the mound, and that was a strike? Yep, okay. Oh, sorry, I see the count up there now. I see the scoreboard. I should be looking over there. All right, we got a 1-1 count now. Ball and a strike here for Smith. Cade Smith, 1-1 count. Pitch coming from Cooper. It's going to be low on the ball there, 2-1 count. We want to thank y'all for tuning in. Please share and like on Facebook and share this link so other people can get it. Another foul ball comes straight back here to the press box, the netting, saving the day yet again. Next up, Mallory and Duncan after this. Mallory on deck and Duncan on hold over there. And another foul ball there from Smith, and it's still a 2-2 count. It is the top of the fourth here in Smyrna. The sun giving a great orange glow over here out over left field, and just a wonderful setting here for baseball. Starting to cool down, starting to turn into one of those summer nights you love for baseball there. And we got a full count here. No outs, nobody on, and a pitch in there, and it's going to be inside. And again, Colin Cooper lets a base runner on. That is Smith. He's going to go to first on a walk. Jacob Mallory stepping up to the plate. He was on base earlier. Still 0-0, although you would have to say Loudon has had a lot more success in this game than Sequatchie County has. Sequatchie County yet to get on base. Mallory thinking bunt, going to pull it back, and it's going to be outside there from Cooper. Mallory, bat behind the head this time. Not going to think about a bunt here. Maybe he will. No, he will. Here comes the pitch from Cooper. It's going to go inside, and he's going to pull the bunt back in time. That's going to be ball number 2 at this at-bat. Well, thank y'all for joining us. We've been here about 48 minutes here. We're in the top of the fourth here. Loudon up to bat. Mallory's going to bunt. He's going to bunt down to third base. And Hall gets to first for the out. That's going to be the 5-3 out there. Easy peasy for Hall. Out number 1. 1 out, 1 on. He's at second base, and his name is Cade Smith. Here comes the pitch from Cooper. It's in there and a little high there, a little high. Up to bat is Jackson Duncan. He's the second baseman, 33 for the Loudon Redskins. Here comes the pitch from Cooper. It's fouled off to the left side over here. It's going to be a foul ball as they don't come up with it. It is going to land in the playing field. A long trek from the left fielder for Sequatchie County. And that's going to be Trevor Ritchie out there in left field. I sure remember that name. Still learning these names. I promise if we get to the game tomorrow, I'll probably have them memorized. Here is the pitch from Cooper. Inside, it's going to be, pitch is going to get away from Potts. He's going to throw to third. It got him in time. That's out number 2 as he goes to third. We're going to third. That's out number 2 here for the Indians. Top of the 4th, 2-1 count for Duncan here, and it's going to go strike number 2. Now we got a 2-2 count. Nobody on now for Loudon. 2 outs. It's going to be hit deep left field, deep left center field, and that one is going bye. That is Jackson Duncan. Oh, it's going to be a ground rule double there. It's going to bounce out. Sorry, got ahead of the horse there a little bit. So it will be a ground rule double, so the Indians still safe here. Ground rule double, no score yet here in the top of the 4th. 2 outs, 1 on. He's on second. His name is Jackson Duncan. Up next, Mackenzie Lunford, and strike number 1 hits him down. Here comes the pitch from Cooper. And in there, and it's going to be outside. First ball of the at-bat, 1-1 is the count. Cooper's going to look at second. No, he'll just pitch it. And down there low, ball number 2. We've got a 2-1 count here. Lunsford trying to work his way into a walk. Cooper trying to work his way out of one. 1 on. His name is Jackson Duncan. He's on second. He's got a lead, but Cooper's going to pitch it anyway. Get in there, and strike number 2 here. We got a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch, and it's going to hit to the shortstop, Colin Hudson. He'll get there just in time for that, and that's out number 3. And they've left a lot of base runners here in this one. So we got 3 outs, and now we're going to go back at the next inning to the top of the lineup, and that's going to be Austin Myers, Caden Dawkins, and Nathan Hickman. But first, the Indians will get their chance here in the bottom of the 4th. And so still 0-0. That was not a home run if you were listening earlier. That was a ground rule double. I'm an idiot and just jumped in front of the horse, but ran over me full force. So the Indians will have another chance. Hickman still up on the mound for the Redskins. Up at the top of the lineup, we're back there. Colin Cooper, Colin Hudson, and Bodie. You get me there, Anthony? Bodie Terry are 1, 2, 3. Top of the lineup here in this one. They're going to throw down and check down, and we are going to head to the – and we are going to bring the batters out and play some ball here. All right, we got a ball for the first pitch. Hickman, he's going to pitch it down, and it's going to be fouled off there by Colin Cooper. We are in the bottom of the 4th here, and a 1-1 count with that foul ball. We got a 1-2 count. Pizza. Over here beside me, they have really good accommodations here in Smyrna. And a swing and a miss there, and that's going to be strike number 3. And that is 4 strikeouts in a row for Nathan Hickman. Colin Hudson up to bat. He's a shortstop for the Indians, a senior. Here's the pitch. And it's a strike on the first pitch there. Nick Hickman quietly working his way to 5 straight strikeouts. Going to be an outside pitch there by Hickman. 1-1 count. And I do apologize if you hear some weird sounds on this. I am trying to eat a pizza while I'm commentating, which doesn't always go well. That's going to be fouled off there by Hudson over to the Sequatchie County side down the first baseline and over toward the football stadium if you are familiar with this area. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. Please share on Facebook and share anywhere you can find it. And strike number 3 there. Another strikeout for Nathan Hickman. 5 straight strikeouts against this Indian squad. And next up, Bodie Terry. And he's going to foul off the first one for an 0-1 count. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be in there for a strike 2. And it's going to be fouled off to the right side over here, back over here behind the Indian fans over here. We got 2 strikes, 0-2 count on Bodie Terry. Here comes the pitch. And it's going to be a drop third strike, and they're going to get him at first for another 6 straight strikeouts. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight strikeouts for Nathan Hickman. Still a 0-0 ball game here as we go to the top of the 5th. Well, thank you for joining us here on TSSN Radio, Spear Nation Radio. I thank you for tuning in, and please go share on Facebook. I'm unable to get on there. I know it shared to Spear earlier, but please, if you can, try to share on Facebook and share anywhere you can share it to get as many people as we can listening to this one. Cooper still on the mound. And up to bat for the Redskins. Austin Myers, he is the leadoff hitter. And that's going to be a ball there. Be a strike there for Cooper. Myers with a 1-1 count. Cooper with the delivery. It's going to be inside, and Myers is going to have to move his foot to get out of the way of that one. We got a 2-1 count. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be inside there, out of the box. So we got a 3-1 count here. I want to thank our listeners, Eddie Seals, Anthony Rott, and Rodney Smith for joining us. And he's going to walk him, and that's going to be Myers at first on a walk. Caden Dawkins up to bat. He is the right fielder. We are at the top of the fifth. Loudon is the away team in this game, so they will bat at the top of the inning like we are in now. Cooper, he looks at first. They're going to steal, and he's going to send it to first, and then to second to Hudson. Hudson's going to throw it to first, and they're going to have a pickle here, and he's going to get around him, and they're going to call him out there in between first and second. So there you go. Austin Myers. That's going to be an out in the middle of a pickle for out number 1 in this one. And Dawkins is up. He's up in the box and nobody on. 1 out for the Indians, and that's strike number 1. The Indians doing a very good job. That's 2 they've thrown out without a play, really. They threw one out at third over here off of a outside pitch, and that's going to be a strike there, strike number 2. And they got Myers out on that pickle there, and they got Cade Smith out at third, and it's going to be fouled off. And it's going to hit the fence over here, and it's going to be foul ball. And Dawkins is going to stay alive, and it's going to 0-2 count here. Here comes the pitch from Cooper. It's going to be a swing and a miss. He got him swinging for Cooper's first strikeout of the game. And Sequatchie County starting to get in a rhythm. 2 outs here in the top of the fifth. Nobody on after the out in the pickle. They got Myers out in the pickle earlier. And there's the pitch. It's going to be inside there, low to this right-handed batter who is Nathan Hickman, the pitcher for Loudon. And it's going to be in there and low, 2-0 the count. Hickman's going to hit deep to center field, and it's caught. It's caught by the center field. It'll be Johnson? I don't have him on my roster. Who you got for center field for Sequatchie? Johnson. I thought it was Johnson. Johnson gets the out near the outfield fence in left center field there, and that is out number 3 for the Indians, and they'll come up to bat here in the bottom of the fifth. Hickman will take the mound yet again. Fly out to center field. And so the next 3 up for the Indians. And the Indians, by the way, on a strikeout streak here. I don't know how to say that. 7 straight strikeouts for Hickman in the last 3 innings. So they'll try to end that streak as Trevor Ritchie, the left fielder, comes up, followed by Austin Mitchell on deck and Griffin Hall, the third baseman for the Indians. And we're going to take a moment break here so I can eat a piece of pizza. I know that silence makes for bad radio, but I had to have a piece of pizza. It was right there in front of me. Hickman back on the mound. He's going to pitch it into number 12. That is Trevor Ritchie, and that's going to be a strike. Hickman pitches. In there. We are in the bottom of the fifth. No score still. 1-1 count. 0 on, 0 outs. Here comes the pitch. And it's going to be to the third baseman for Loudon. And they're going to get him at first. So not a strikeout this time, but a ground out. He'll ground out to third there, and that is out number 1 for the Indians. Hickman with the pitch. It's rolling. It's in there, and strike number 1 on Austin Mitchell, who is up to bat now. He is the first baseman, also the pitcher. Well, actually, it's on. And it goes to the pitcher, and that's going to be a 1-3 out there, an easy one, a ground out. All right, here comes the pitch from Hickman. It's going to be low, and it's going to be juggled around by the catcher. That is Rylan Watson for Loudon. Griffin Hall up to bat. He's the third baseman for the Indians. Here comes the pitch. In there, and a strike. 1-1 count. Last time up, Griffin Hall started off the strikeout streak of 7 strikeouts, and we ended that this inning. But it's going to go straight to first baseman. He's going to juggle it, get it to the pitcher, and that's going to be out number 3. Into the 5th inning, no score here. That was a ground out to the first baseman. He juggled it up and threw it to the pitcher who covered first for him. But now we have an interesting situation here. Into the 5th inning, I see no hits. We got a no-hitter brewing. I don't see any walks either. We got a perfect game brewing here for Nathan Hickman of Loudon. I know that's not something you Sequatchie County fans want to hear right now. But that's just the matter of the fact of the truth here. We go to the top of the 6th here, and up for Loudon. That's going to be Andrew Gibson, Brody Bingham, and Cade Smith up next for this Loudon Redskins crew. Andrew Gibson leading off this inning for the Redskins. Here comes the pitch from Cooper. It's hit by Gibson about middle of between right or left field and center field, and it's caught by the center fielder. That is Johnson for Sequatchie County. So we got a fly out to center field. No pitches. First out of the inning. Brody Bingham is up. He's the first baseman for the Loudon Redskins. Here comes Colin Cooper. He's going to take a long look at this one. And in comes the pitch. It's going to be high. And will be high. That will be a ball, though. So that's our first pitch that wasn't swung at in this inning. Here is the pitch. It's going to be low in the zone, but they're going to call it a ball there. I thought that one was pretty close, but it was a little low, I got to admit. Cooper coming in. He pitches. It's going to be outside there. It's going to be in the left hand or the right-handed batter box over here. We got a left-handed batter in here. And we got a 3-0 count just like that. Here's a pitch. And it's going to be low, and it's going to be 4, and he's going to walk to first. Last time up, Brody, the last 2 times up, Brody Bingham has been the third out, so maybe he's trying to break a streak here. 1 out, 1 on. That's Brody Bingham. He's on first. And here we go. Up next, Cade Smith. Colin Cooper still on the mound, 4-2 record, 3.69 ERA. He pitches. It's fouled up. Potts is going to try to get it, and it's going to get to the fence over here before he can catch it, so that's just going to be a foul ball there, and it's going to be strike 1 for Smith. Well, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to TSSN Radio. Be sure to join us tomorrow as Sequatchie County Softball. They play at 10 a.m. at Starplex Complex in Murfreesboro for the Class A AA State Tournament. And Cooper throws down to first, doesn't get the out. He'll get it back, and he'll think about pitching it now. Looking at first again through the mitt. He's going to pitch, and it's going to be he hung out for a bunt, but it's going to be outside there, so ball 1 on this at bat, so we got a 1-1 count. Sequatchie County softball, they play tomorrow. Not sure they play yet. We're waiting on the winner of tonight's game. They will play tomorrow at 10 a.m. And baseball, the winner of this game will play at 12:30. The loser will play at 10 a.m. tomorrow here in Smyrna. So now we got a 2-1 count here as that ball went outside. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be bunted off foul and going to land over here at the Sequatchie County dugout, near the Sequatchie County dugout, and it's going to be strike 2 on Smith. We got a 2-2 count brewing here for Cooper. And it's going to throw down to first, check down. No good on the out. Share it on Facebook. Here comes the pitch. It's in there, and it's going to be outside there. And we got a full count. Playing a little cat and mouse over here at first base. That is Brody Bingham. Cooper still on the mound. He's going to throw down to first, and they're not going to get him. I don't know if he's been looking at film or whatever, but he must not want this guy to go off first. He comes with a pitch, and it's going to go down the third base line. Almost hit the Loudon coach over here down the third base line, and that's going to be another foul ball there. And we still got a full up count here on Cade Smith. If you are on Facebook, please go share this in the Sequatchie County Baseball group page because I have not been able to post it because my iPad here is not connected to the Wi-Fi. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be fouled off there. No, it's going to be over. It's going to be a wild pitch. Excuse me over there, and he's going to get to. Oh, that's right. That's right. So it was a drop third strike. Okay, that was a drop third strike, and it wasn't the third out, so he is out at first unless it is the third strike. Cooper still on the mound. That's 2 outs. And it's going to be caught there by the right fielder there for Sequatchie County. That is, sorry, still learning the names, Tyler Lynn. And that is 3 up, 3 down for this. No, he didn't. Okay. And we're going to take a break, and we'll be back here for Sequatchie County as they get ready to bat here in the bottom of the sixth. Okay, just making sure. And he struck out. Yep. Okay. Yeah, and then you had the one over here that struck out. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I was making sure I had the right thing right here. So 4 up, 3 down. We had a strikeout and a flyout. So next up for Sequatchie County, next 3, Tyler Lynn, who just caught that catch out in right field, Caden Swanner, and Logan Potts, the right fielder, the designated hitter, and the catcher, respectively. Nathan Hickman, fellas, we can't go without saying, up to this point, no hits, no walks. 3 up, 3 down every inning, and we're going to the bottom of the 6th, and he has a perfect game brewing. Tyler Lynn, the right fielder. No score at the bottom of the 6th. The Indians are batting here. Hickman with the pitch, and that's going to be Lynn calling time in the box. He's going to step back for a second. Now he's going to step back in. Here comes Hickman with a pitch, and it's going to be low. And, Anthony, I did finish my pizza. Thank you for being so curious about that. I did. And now I'm trying to finish a Coca-Cola up here in the booth. And that was inside there, and we got a 2-0 count brewing. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be fouled off there. And now we got a 2-1 count. And Lynn's going to hit it, and he's going to hit it to the second baseman. Is he going to make it? No, they're going to beat him on the throw, and he grounds out to second. And still, no score here in the bottom of the 6th. Nathan Hickman, he has a perfect game brewing. And I hate to jinx it. I hope I'm not talking so loud he can hear it out there. One out, nobody on. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be a strike there, and Caden Swanner is up to bat there for his first pitch is a strike. And yes, Eddie, they do need a base runner. They just cannot get one on base. And strike 2 there as Hickman's trying to work on his 8th strikeout of the night. Yeah, they are putting the ball in play, Eddie. They really are. They're just hitting them. They're not hitting the gaps. They're going to the. They're getting within reach of the players. And a strikeout there for Hickman. That's his 8th strikeout of the night. I don't think you could have asked for a better game from Hickman if you are Loudon. Well, Anthony, I'm hoping I'll say it enough that he might hear me and we might jinx that perfect game. I do want the Indians to win tonight, I promise. Just have to admire greatness when I see it. And it's going to be hit there by Potts. Potts is going to go down the first base line. They're going to catch him. It's a ground out to the pitcher. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. We're going to the top of the 7th, and Nathan Hickman, he has I don't know if I can say it, perfect game. Sorry, Anthony. That's what he has right now. And we go up. Next 3 up for Loudon are Jackson Duncan, Mackenzie Lunsford, and then we go back to the top of the lineup with Austin Meyer. So we got an 8-9-1 next 3 up. And at the end of the 6th, we had no score here. Whew. Sequatchie County, they've got to get a base runner on board. We got no score. We could go to extra innings here if we're not careful. And the sun has gone behind the clouds here in Smyrna. There's still a little bit of purple hue out there in the clouds beyond the left center field, as we have a beautiful night for baseball here in Smyrna, Tennessee, at the Smyrna High School, the home of the Bulldogs. Sequatchie County, they're taking on Loudon here in Smyrna. I said Smyrna enough. It's because they're purple and gold, and the Indians should feel right at home. The Indians donning their gold jerseys with a purple stripe, big purple stripe across it, white pants. Loudon got the white shirt and white pants, and a hit by number 33, that is Jackson Duncan. I was making sure I got the right name, and he fouls it off to left down the third base line, and that's going to be strike one and an 0-1 count coming for Cooper. Cooper's still on the mound, pitching a pretty good game. He's had a really good defense to back him up. That's why we're still 0-0. It's going to be a high ball in the zone. It's going to be a little bit outside there. And going to be a ball there for Duncan. Duncan, a right-handed batter. And he's going to foul it off down the third baseline again for another strike. Or a foul ball, I should say. And that ball while ago, it was on the right side, and he's a right-handed batter, so he's on the left side. So here we go with the pitch. Cooper. It's going to be hit down the gap between second and short. It's going to go to the center fielder. That's Johnson. And that's going to be a single for Duncan. Now, Cooper, will he play another cat and mouse game with the first baseman? That is the big question here tonight. Lunsford, he's the 9th batter in the lineup. He comes up to bat. Cooper's going to step off the bag for a second as Lunsford readies himself. Lunsford steps into the box. Here comes Cooper. He's going to check down first as Duncan gets the lead, and that's going to be a fouled-off bunt there by Lunsford. Strike one. Still 0. If you're just joining us, still 0-0 here at the top of the 7th. Sequatchie County does have the last bat, so we're set up here. Could we get a Sequatchie County base runner on base here in the bottom of the inning? We're at the top right now, though. Cooper throws down to first, does not get him. That's Duncan. Duncan's going to take another lead off first. Cooper's going to look at him through the mitt. Thinks about it. He's going to pitch. It's going to be a high pitch, and we got a 1-1 count. And we got a 2-1 count now. Sorry about that. I was trying to get my stats together, and that is going to be another ball, so we got a 3-1 count here. Cooper trying to dig himself out of this one. Oh, no. I don't think there is. He's at 165. 105. And it's going to be a ball 4, and Loudon's going to put 2 on. All right, and Duncan and Lunsford. Duncan on second, Lunsford on first, and Darren Easterly is going to call a meeting out at the mound. I'm sorry for y'all that weren't able to listen, and if you can, please go share the link on Facebook. I can't get on Facebook on my iPad right now for whatever reason. So y'all that are listening, please tune in, please share it, and I'll try to better tomorrow to have everything ready. I just got in here and couldn't get on Facebook beforehand, and my connection's not doing whatever it should be doing. So y'all just stick with me. I'm going to keep trying here in a minute to share it as we get down here late in this ball game. We're at the top of the seventh, still 0-0 here. And on the mound is 34. I believe that's going to be Zach Lockhart. That is Zach Lockhart, and he's going to come in for Colin Cooper. Zach Lockhart, 3-0 on the season, 2.62 ERA, 34 innings pitched, 30 strikeouts, and 21 walked. So strikeout to walk ratio, not too high, but still a little bit less than what you would want to see. He's a right-handed pitcher, a senior, number 34 for the Indians. He will come in for Cooper. It'll change from a left-handed pitcher to a right-handed pitcher, so that could help with this game. And just to remind you, we have 0 outs, and we have 2 on. That is Duncan and Lunsford, and we are back at the top of the lineup, a place you do not want to be when you got 2 on. And the next 3 up, if we get to them, are Austin Myers, Caden Dawkins, and Nathan Hickman. As Zach Lockhart warms up, Logan Potts still behind home plate catching. I apologize for those that are unable to listen or unable to Please share the link with those in the baseball group chat if y'all do not mind. Austin Myers up now. Top of the lineup. And the pitching change, Zach Lockhart is in case you're just joining us. This will be his first pitch. He throws to second. And the ball gets away from him out to outfield. And the second baseman, he got him on a fake pitch. On a fake throw to second. They get the first baseman out. He runs. They think he goes out to center field, and it's the old ball trick. And Lunsford is out on a ball trick. What a time to pull that one out of the hat. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, I think is it Major Leagues they do that? The movie Major Leagues where they throw the ball, except he threw it to second instead of first. And so the first baseman come, the second baseman knew he wasn't, and so they threw it to first. They got him out, and now we're here with 1 on and 1 out. Great call there. And it looks like the Loudon coach, I believe that is the head coach for Loudon, Coach Lambert, looks like he's coming out to protest that one maybe. And so he's going to call a conference with both umpires, and they're going to make a call on this. And that was close to the base. I will say that was a close call. So either way here, I would not be surprised. But at the same time, it would be a bad move. It would be a bad move to overturn that being so close and no instant replay or anything like that. Duncan is still on. Thank you, Monica. I appreciate you sharing. I finally able to get on Facebook. I'm fixed to share here in a second. And the play stands, as you can hear the Sequatchie County crowd over here to my right. And that is 1 out for the Indians, 1 on now, and that is Jackson Duncan. If you keep forgetting that first name, he is on. And Zach Lockhart on the mound. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be a bunt, and it's going to be a foul ball. I do want to note, Zach Lockhart, he didn't even throw a pitch. And they threw the ball trick there. I think they brought him in just for that occasion and then to pitch in here. But that's a good time to pull that out of the hat. 1 pitch, 1 strike for Zach Lockhart. He pitched a full game. He was close to a no-hitter, maybe a 1-hitter in the region. First round of the regions in Double-A. Myers is still up. 1 strike. He threw it down to second base and didn't get him. Here comes Lockhart. We got time. Lockhart. He's going to pitch. It's going to be hit by Myers. Myers goes straight to shortstop to Hudson. He throws it to first. He got him. That was close, but he got him. That's going to be out number 2, Myers, and a good inning so far for the Indians. All right, and Caden Dawkins. Last time out, he struck out. The past 2 times before that, he got on base before being stranded. Third pitch here from Lockhart. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be outside there, way outside, and Potts having to step out and get that one. 1-0 is the count. 2 out, 1 on. He's on second. His name is Duncan. Cooper. Or excuse me, not Cooper. I'm still back on that one. Lockhart, he's on the mound now. Here comes the pitch from Lockhart. It's going to be in there, and that's going to be a strike. Hey, a fresh arm goes a long way. Lockhart looks down, second baseman. He's got a lead. That's Duncan. He's got a lead. And Colin Hudson dancing, trying to get back between second and shortstop. Here comes the pitch from Lockhart. It got past Potts, and Duncan's going to get to third on a wild pitch. We got a 3-1 count now. Lockhart with a pitch, and it's going to be a ball there, and that was Dawkins. He's going to get the walk there, and he's going to go to first. And now Easterly, Coach E, is going to go out to the mound, and he's going to talk with his crew as he did earlier this inning. And that gives me a time. Well, I thought I was going to have time. I don't know if I got any more Coke left. Oh, thank you. Wow, we got good service up in this press box. We're going to have to come back tomorrow. I may skip the softball game and come straight to baseball. Sorry, but whew, they didn't hand me a Coke at Starplex now. And I want to thank y'all for just joining in. The score 0-0 here in the top of the 7th. Loudon is batting, and the Indians have the bottom of the inning. So if we can get through this inning, we had 2 outs. If we can get through this inning without allowing a run, the Indians have a chance for a walk-off win. Dawkins is on first. We got runners on the corner. Duncan is on third. And Potts is going to get the ball. He's going to stop it in front of him, and that's going to be outside. Nathan Hickman, the pitcher, is up. He's been able, I believe he's been able to hit out there. No, he's had 2 flyouts. And, he's had 3 flyouts. Going to be outside. Lockhart pitching a little bit wild here. Potts is holding his composure behind the plate and able to get outside and step out and get that ball, which is really good for the Indians that they have a catcher that can do that. I remember Potts when he was playing 9- and 10-year-old baseball. He was a pretty good catcher back then. He even pitched a little bit back there too, I think. So that's going to be outside. It's going to be a 3-0 count. And Lockhart here, he's going to load the bases if he's not careful here, because I think he's too worried under pressure about these runners. Because you got him on the corner, you can see both of them. Of course, he's a righty, so he can see third base, and he can see this batter or this runner not even thinking about getting a lead over here. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be high in the zone, and he's got the bases loaded. Well, thank y'all for just tuning in. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Bases loaded for Loudon. This is as close as they've got all night to a score. And Coach over here for Loudon is going to talk to the next batter up, and that is Gibson. Andrew Gibson, he is the third baseman for Loudon. And they are going to call on a courtesy runner over there that looks like number 8. And that was Jasper Cooley. All right, I guess that was right. All right, Jasper Cooley, he comes in again, and he was good on the bases. Here we go, Lockhart. And it's going to be fouled off down the right field, third base line, and going to go out of play there. They're unable to make a play on it. And so that's strike, that's foul ball, and that's going to be an 0-1 count for Andrew Gibson. Yeah, that is good, Eddie. That is good. They do have a force on any base here, which is a great situation because you don't have to tag. You just have to get that ball in the glove, and sometimes that can take a lot of pressure off of these fielders. And it is 2 outs, so you get 1 out, you're good. You can still get out of this one easy. Lockhart, he pitches. It's going to be caught him swinging, and we got an 0-2 count here to start out this at bat. An exciting game so far if you like pitcher's duels, but who likes those? I like to see some runs. But 0-0 here in the top of the 7th. The pitch in there, and got him on the third strike, a cold strike. And the Indians will come up to the bottom of the 7th with a chance to walk off. Whoo! What an exciting time to be an Indian. We're still scoreless going into the bottom of the 7th, and that is out number 3. Whew. Loudon has left a lot on base. I can recall at least 3 innings where they left 2 or more runners on base. And the Indians, Loudon's at least getting on base. The Indians have not got on base yet. We still got a perfect game brewing here for Nathan Hickman. No one has got on base for Sequatchie County. Let's see if that luck can change here late in this ball game. The bottom of the 7th, the Indians with a chance to get a walk-off win if they can get somebody on base and get them to cross that great, amazing American pastime, home plate. Well, thank y'all for joining us. So we asked how Loudon got here. Let's ask how Sequatchie County got here while we're waiting for this one to start up. In the beginning of the region, they won over Cannon County 4-3, and they won over Grundy County 3-0 in the region finals to get the region championship. In the district championship, they are District 7 champions. And Saturday, they won 5-1 over Signal Mountain to win the sectional to get here. They've had one past appearance, and that was in 1996. I was just about 2 or 3 months old the last time they were here. And they were 1-2 in that tournament, so they did get a win last time. As we get the first pitch going by, and that is a strike there. And it's going to be bunted off. And by the way, we got Colin Cooper back at the top of the lineup. That's what you want when you're getting in this situation here in the bottom of the 7th where you could get a walk-off situation. So we got an 0-2 count here on Colin is that Cooper? Cooper or Lockhart? That's Cooper. Cooper is still batting. Here we go. And it got him swinging, and that's a strikeout. I've got at least 9 strikeouts here for Nathan Hickman. He's working on another perfect game. I don't know if it's another, but it is a perfect game here. I know you Indian fans hate to hear that, but here comes the pitch. Inside and a strike. Here comes the next pitch. And it's going to be hit. It's going to be fouled off to the right side over here. Hit the net where the Sequatchie County fans are for a second strike. And I just heard word that was his 67th pitch. 67th pitch. And by the way, for reference, Cooper had over 100. 106 is what I'm hearing over here, and that's just for comparison. That's what difference a perfect game makes, and getting some people on base in the mix there. Hudson, 2 strikes on him. He's going to swing. No, he's not. He's going to be high in the zone. That's a 1-2 count. Bottom of the 7th, still no score. Indians have a chance here to win this one here in this inning. And he's going to get him swinging, and he just can't get the ball hit. And it's strikeout, from what I've counted, strikeout number 10 for, I'm sure there's more. That's 12. Okay, I'm missing 2 over here. That's good. All right, good to know. Strikeout number 12 on the night for Hickman, Nathan Hickman. Bodie Terry, he's up to bat, the third one in the lineup. He is number 22 and the second baseman, and he's going to be inside there. Here comes Hickman down the barrel. It's going to be fouled off there. We got a 1-1 count. Hickman composes himself, no one on, 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be in there for a strike, and that's inside. But he does get in the zone, so now we got a 1-2 count. We're 1 strike away from going into extra innings here. Will Hickman do it? As he comes with a windup in the pitch, he got him swinging, and we're going to extra innings here in Smyrna. You're going to get some more baseball than you bargained for tonight as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Still scoreless here in Smyrna. And Nathan Hickman with a perfect game. That's his 13th strikeout on the night. Woo! And, folks, we're not just talking about a no-hitter. We're talking about a perfect game here, and that's really, really hard. I don't think it has really anything to do with how good or how bad these teams are. It's just sometimes you're hot, and when you're hot, you hot. All right? That's just what we're saying here. So, we're going back to Loudon at the top of the 8th inning. We are getting some extra baseball tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are enjoying yourself because you're going to put me through a long car ride home and a late night tonight. So, yeah. Going into extra innings, top of the 8th here. Lockhart still on the mound, taking over for Colin Cooper last inning. Brody Bingham up to bat here. Brody Bingham, he is number 36, and he's got a strike on him. First baseman for the Redskins. Here comes Zach Lockhart with the pitch. Going to be low and in outside there for him, so we got a 1-1 count. Lockhart from the mound, he's going to deliver. It's going to be outside high, and that one had no chance of getting in the zone. We got a 2-1 count. Trying to drink my Coke here as I continue. Here comes the pitch, and Bingham's going to hit it. He's going to hit it into left field. It's going to be caught there by the left fielder, and that is Trevor Ritchie. I should know his name. He's caught a bunch of them tonight. That's bad on my part. Cade Smith, he flied out to right field. He was thrown out at third, and he was struck. No, and he was struck out here in this one. So he is he was 1 for 3 tonight, and he got thrown out at third in that 4th inning. Now we got a 1-0 count here. Lockhart delivers, and it's in there, and it's going to be outside. That one looked like a pretty pitch, although it was a little low for my taste. Lockhart comes in, winds up. It's hit, popped up at a shortstop, and to Colin Hudson, and that's going to be a fly out to shortstop. Second out here in this inning. Folks, the way this one's going, you better be prepared to stay here all night. We might go to a lot of innings tonight. All right, stepping into the box, Mallory. That's Jacob Mallory. He's the left fielder for the Redskins. Here comes the pitch from Lockhart. It's going to be in there and a strike across. Looked like a little bit of a slider curveball maybe. I don't know. Another pitch coming. It's going to be hit to the shortstop, Colin Hudson. He's going to field it on the ground and to first, and that's the third of the inning. All right. We go down to the bottom of the eighth. Indians with another chance. Another chance to score here, another chance maybe to get a score and win this one and put us out of our misery tonight. Here in the eighth inning, we thank you for joining us. I'm going to take a second because my phone's about to die, and if that dies, y'all ain't getting no more baseball tonight. Got some Drake playing out here. I like it. Yep, look alive. They're needing to look alive after 8 innings of baseball out there. Bottom of the eighth, no score. That is Trey Willis pitching. So they're not. So this could be good. A different pitcher in here could be good for the Indians. See Hickman, Nathan Hickman had a perfect game brewing. So maybe a new pitcher will bring new life to the Indians because the combination of Lockhart and Cooper and that defense out there have been good enough for the Indians to keep Loudon scoreless tonight. And we're getting ready for the batters to come up as Darren Easterly, the coach for the Indians, Coach E, heads out to third base, signaling that we're ready for some baseball. And Trevor Ritchie up first for the Indians. He has been one of these that has hit the ball every time. He grounded out to third twice, once in the second and once in the fifth inning. And here he goes. Trey Willis with a pitch and to strike. Willis, the new pitcher. Wish I had some stats on him. We're just eyeballing, though, right? That's going to be in there and outside over there, 1-1 is the count. And we wait. Willis waiting on the pitch to throw. He does. He throws it and caught him swinging. That's going to be the second strike. We got a 1-2 count here. Could this be the strikeout for Willis? We'll see as he delivers. He caught him swinging, and the perfect game continues for Loudon. Austin Mitchell, the first baseman, up for the Indians. He's also a pitcher. We've seen him this season as well. Here comes the pitch from Willis, and it's going to be in there and inside. Too close to Austin's Austin's body. Mitchell, he is the oldest of 4. Here comes the pitch. And outside. We got a 2-0 count here. Willis struggling a little bit with Mitchell. Mitchell with a long strike zone. He's got a little lanky here. And he fouls it off to the right over to the Sequatchie County stands, giving them a little bit of a scare. .8:39 here local time. We started this one about 6:45-ish maybe, something like that. So 2 hours into this one. And it's going to be hit, and it's going to be down the first baseline, but it's going to go foul there. And Mitchell, knowing that, he's already walking back to home plate. So we got a 2-2 count here for Mitchell, and slowly he has worked his way into 1 strike, and he's out with 1 out here in this inning, and that was a strikeout by Willis. Whew. Long day, long day. Could it be even longer? Let's see. Willis. And it's going to be down in there low, and it's going to be a ball, so we got a full count here, and we could be getting close to our first walk of the night for Loudon. For that Loudon pitching staff, I should say. And Austin Mitchell hits it to the second baseman and is quickly thrown out at first for the second out of the inning. So he grounds out to first. And that's not the first time he's hit tonight. He grounded out to the pitcher, and he grounded out to the pitcher twice tonight, actually. And he got the second out of the inning again. Griffin Hall, the third baseman, he's up. Can he change the tide for the Indians? 1 hit, 1 moment could lead to a win here for the Indians. Can he deliver that moment? We'll see as Willis delivers the pitch. And it's going to be high. Good sign for him. And it's going to be a strike in there, so we got a 1-1 count. We are in the bottom of the 8th. The Indians, with a hit here, with some kind of run here, could win the game, but it's not looking good with a second strikeout. With a second strike here, a 1-2 count here for Griffin Hall, the third baseman. And here comes the pitch from Willis. It's in there, and he got him, a called strike, and that's 3, and that's another strikeout. Set Willis is second on the night, and we continue the perfect game, combined pitching for the Loudon pitching staff between Willis and Hickman. Whew. After 8, we're still 0-0 here in Smyrna, Tennessee. The sun has long left us. Black is not out here because it is. Not indeed. Here in Smyrna, and we will continue to watch the night away with some baseball here. It may be a while. We'll see. We're going to the top of the 9th, and don't tell me that they don't play real baseball at the high school level, because we're going to nine innings, ladies and gentlemen, so we're playing a major league full game here tonight. And they will change the pitching again. Austin Mitchell, he will pitch this inning for the Indians as they will go in. They're trying not to deplete their pitching because it is a double elimination tournament. So if they do lose this game, they still do have another one. So there's no reason to waste your pitching when you could still win here. We are in the 9th inning, top of the 9th. Austin Mitchell coming to pitch. He's 8-1 on the season, a 1.70 ERA, 67 innings pitched, 65 strikeouts, and he got a strike right there. That's a pass ball there, past Potts. And Duncan up, Jackson Duncan up. And it's a 1-1 count. Eddie, I'm not sure. I know there's at least been three innings where Loudon, and a ball is hit to the third baseman, that is Hall, and he gets him at first for the first out of the inning. That's a ground out to third base to Griffin Hall for Duncan, and now one out, nobody on for the Indian, for Loudon. Eddie, Loudon has left a lot on base tonight. I know at least 2 innings where they left 2 on and 1 inning where they left the bases fully loaded tonight. So it's not like they're not getting on base. Sequatchie County is not getting on base at all. That's the problem tonight. And here's the pitch, and it's going to be outside low there to Lunsford. That is Mackenzie Lunsford, the center fielder, number 2 for the Loudon Redskins. Beautiful, beautiful night here as Mitchell delivers the pitch inside. That's going to be a ball number 2. Just the right temperature. It was a little hot today. My sunburn was getting a little bit worse from this weekend. Went to see a softball game in Tennessee up in Knoxville this weekend and got a pretty bad sunburn. And the pitch is inside there. It's going to be a ball. And the sun today made it even worse. Good news is I got an air-conditioned press boxes today up in Starplex and here in Smyrna. They got a really, really nice press box here. And the pitch is in, and it's a strike. The first to this at bat, and it's a 3-1 count here. Mitchell's working on him. Pitch in, and got him swinging. That's strike number 2. Can Mitchell get his first strikeout here? Let's see. With the pitch coming, and it's hit. Third baseman Hall. No, it's going to get through him, and Hudson's going to have it. But he's going to have to go out to center left field to chase it, and that's Lunsford on base. And that's going to go down as a base hit. Just want to make sure that wasn't an error there. It didn't seem like it, but oh well. I hope we don't go to a 10th inning because my score sheet, it only goes to 9. So we're screwed at that point. Austin Myers up to bat. Takes Mitchell's first pitch, and it is outside. Potts having to jump out and get that one on the outside. Austin Myers is the leadoff batter. He was the first out in the first inning, the third out in the second inning. He was picked off in a pickle in the fourth inning. And the 7th inning, which should have been the end of this ball game, but it is not, unfortunately. He was the second inning on a ground out to the shortstop. And there's a ball on the outside there. We got a 2-0 count. We are in the bottom of the ninth, or top of the ninth, Loudon with a base runner on, 1 out. Austin Mitchell of the Indians, he goes the pitch in, and it's a strike. So we got a 2-1 count here. Yeah, there are a lot of close plays here, and the pitch is in there, and he's going to let it go outside there. That's going to be a 3-1 count now. Yeah, Eddie, there have been a lot of close plays that have kept Sequatchie County in this, and I think if one of those plays had gone the wrong way, we could be looking at a game that was done 2 innings ago because they just couldn't get on base. Here's the ball going in, and it's going to be a strike as it comes across. Looks like a little bit of a slider action there. And we got a full count. Mitchell's going to step off, and that's Lunsford on first. He's going to step back to first out of habit. He's got a very small lead out there. I'm not sure that Austin would even try that. Austin went back and looked at him. He is a right-handed pitcher, so he's not facing him. And it's going to be fouled off there by Myers, and still a full count here. Lunsford was trying to run, but, of course, you can't run on a foul ball. It's a dead ball, so he had to go back to first. We got a full count here, 1 out, so 3-2-1 is what the scoreboard reads, and 0 everywhere else. We got a good pitcher's duel coming here. Here's the pitch. It's going to be hit to the shortstop. Hudson, step on second, throws to first. He got it for the double play. The 6-3 double play there, and we are done with that inning. Ground out to shortstop, ends up with the third out to throw. Wow, oh wow. You people are getting more than you ever bargained for in baseball tonight. Who would have thought we were going to 10, count them, 10 innings tonight, and I've run out of space on my and I'm dropping my clipboard. I'm falling apart here at the seams. No pun intended here with baseball. Is there a way to tear this thing where I can have the same batters? I need it. Oh, man. Anybody got a pair of scissors? Hey, look at there. Look at this booth. This is the best press box I've ever been in my life. All right, it's 8:50 here local time. And we are going into the 10th inning. I don't know about you, and I'm currently cutting my score paper over so I don't have to rewrite the names because we have gone into 10 innings, and that's more than my scorebook can handle. What? Bottom ninth, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm having too much fun over here. It is the bottom of the ninth, my bad. That's going to be outside there for Will's still on the mound. Tyler Lynn up to bat. He is the seventh batter in the lineup, and he took a ball over there. Yeah, you listen to me, Eddie. That's why you said it was the 10th. It is the 9th, no score, bottom 9. And we got an issue out here at first base, I believe. I'm not sure what's going on out here. It looks like we got an injured player out at first. I think it may be a cramp. I mean, it is hot weather. What? No. We've thrown like one pitch here, so the ball definitely didn't go over there, but we will continue to play here. We're back to a 1-0 count. Tyler Lynn up to bat. Willis trying to continue this perfect game that Hickman started. I'm sweating, I'm tired, I'm breathing heavy, and Willis comes in with a pitch, and it's high. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be up and high, and that's going to be ball number 3. I hate to jinx it, but could we be looking at the first walk that Loudon has allowed with a 3-0 count coming? Pitch comes in there for a strike. We'll have to wait another pitch to see if he'll walk him. And he caught him swinging on that one. We got a full count. And just like that, the probability of him walking just went out the window here as we got a full count. Anything close, you got to be swinging, I would assume. It's going to be in there for the called strike, and another strikeout. Willis continues the perfect game that Hickman started. Caden Swanner, the designated hitter, number 15 for the Indians. He comes up to bat, trying to get on base, trying to get a score for the Indians. He swings, he misses. If we go much longer, my voice will go with it. Here comes the pitch. It's in there, and it's going to be outside. We got a 1-1 count. We got some action over here in the Loudon bullpen. They might be looking for someone else to come up. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be a strike, high strike, but it is a strike. We want to thank y'all for joining us. We're in the bottom of the ninth, still 0-0. You're getting some extra baseball tonight as Tennessee high school baseball goes 7 innings. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be in there and outside for Willis, and we have a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. He swings and he misses, and that's another strikeout, the 4th for Willis. The perfect game continues, another batter. Logan Potts, the 9th batter in the lineup. Can he make some magic happen here in this opening round of the Tito Lust AA Class AA state playoffs? And here comes the pitch. He swings, he misses. Here comes the pitch from Willis, and it's a strike right down the middle. And Willis, with the pitch coming in, it's going to be a high. He thinks about swinging. He thinks better of it. 2-1 count. Can Sequatchie County pull this out? Here comes the pitch. In there and outside, it's going to be high. We got a 3-1 count. And I'll say it again, and I'll jinx myself again probably. We'll probably see the first walk of the night that Loudon has given up. Pitch from Willis. He swings and he misses. A drop third strike. He throws it to third, and that's going to be a strikeout, number 5 for Willis. And, folks, we're going to the 10th inning. If we were in the majors, we would just be getting to the extra innings. And I got to figure out a way to do my scorebook. All right, I think I figured it out. Here we are in the – if we still have is that Mitchell on the mound, I'm thinking, still? 16. Yes, I believe so. Yes, that is still Mitchell. Mitchell's still on the mound. Warming up here. Mitchell, 8-1 on the season, 1.70 ERA, 67 innings pitched, 65 strikeouts, and 20 walked. We haven't seen Colin Hudson yet, but that's only because he played Saturday against Signal Mountain. You want to keep these pitchers fresh, and that's why they went from Zach Lockhart in 2 innings to Austin Mitchell, now 2 innings, after Colin Cooper pitched pretty much a full game before we went to extra innings. Caden Dawkins up to bat for this Loudon squad here in the 10th inning. And that's going to be a call or a strike there. He's going to swing again, and that's 2 strikes on Dawkins. Dawkins has got on base twice, actually 3 times, so he's 3 for 4 with a strikeout in the 5th being his only blemish of his at-bat career. And you got 2 strikes on him, and now you got a ball. We got a 1-2 count. No outs, nobody on. The pitch in there, it's going to be hit to the shortstop. He's going to dive and get it. No, it's going to be out to center field to Johnson. Johnson's going to get it in, but that is going to be a base hit there for Dawkins. Nathan Hickman, the pitcher, he is up. Now, he's not the pitcher anymore, but he has pitched a perfect game tonight. Wouldn't it be something if he were the one to get the score tonight? They're going to throw down to first. No good. Feels like I'm calling a football game now. No good. Just off the uprights and down to first base. All right, back to serious baseball stuff now. Austin Mitchell with the pitch is going to be in there and inside. That was pretty close. We got a 1-0 count. Pitch in, and he got it. Got him on the breaking ball there, and that's going to be a strike. 1-1 count so far. Still no scores. We go into the 10th inning here. Here's the pitch. Up high into right field. Shallow right field. Actually, we're going to go infield, and that's going to be caught by the second baseman for Sequatchie County. That was Bodie Terry on that catch. And now Coach E's going to go out to the mound. He's going to talk to his guys. We got 1 out now. And now they're going to come away from their meeting on the mound. Coach E is going to discuss with the pitcher the umpire what they're doing. Looks like they've got another pitcher up there. That is Bodie Terry. Bodie. He's going to go up on the mound now. Bodie Terry. Could he get the Indians the win tonight? He's 0 for 1 in his career, 4.5 ERA, 14 innings pitched, 14 strikeouts in 14 innings. So averaging a strikeout an inning, which is pretty good. And if he's got the defense like he's had, he'll have enough to back it up. Because Sequatchie County has just been getting these breaks tonight. Really not having a huge issue with getting them, but they are getting these breaks tonight. That are keeping Loudon from scoring, and they just can't get on base themselves. The Indians, by the way, through 10 innings, have yet to get on base. Loudon with a combined perfect game between pitchers Nathan Hickman and Trey Willis. And we're still in a pitch and change here in the top of the 10th inning. One out, one on for Loudon as Andrew Gibson steps up. Gibson is the third baseman for the Redskins. He hits it up, and it's going to be in foul ball territory. It's going to go and hit one of the players on the head in the Loudon dugout. It would still be in play, but it did hit one of the players out in the dugout. Still looking over there in the dugout. Doesn't look like anybody got injured. Thought one of them might got hit. One got hit on the head over here, I'm hearing right now. We will continue play, though. That was a foul ball for Gibson, so that would be a strike one on his count. And it's in there, and it's going to call strike two. Bodie Terry, not been on the mound a lot this year. Only 14 innings pitched, 0-1, only 14 strikeouts. But right now he could get another one, and he's going to be just outside there for the 1-2 count. Could Bodie Terry, the sophomore, be the savior here for the Indians here late? It's going to be hit into right field. Mid-right field. It's caught by the right fielder for Sequatchie County. That is Tyler Lynn, who also bats seventh in the lineup. So that's going to be out number 2 there, a fly out to right field. Brody Bingham, not to be confused with Bodie Terry, but Brody Bingham for the Loudon Redskins is up to bat. Bodie Terry pitching to him. And it's going to be a strike on the outside. Potts trying to catch the runner at first. 0-1 count here. Terry, here you come, Bodie. And that was going to be outside. That was outside there. He dropped the ball. Kind of juggled it around a little bit. It fell on the ground, and no harm, no foul as the kid on first base. That was Dawkins. Didn't even move. Here's the pitch from Terry in there, and he gets him swinging, and that's strike number 2. Terry on the mound. A little shorter in stature than Austin Mitchell. It's fouled off into foul territory down the third base line, nowhere near the Loudon dugout, so no worries there. A 1-2 count now, still. He throws to first, trying to get the out. No, he doesn't. Didn't have to, that Dawkins just didn't have enough of a lead there to try to get him out at first, I don't believe. And here comes the pitch. It gets away from Potts, and he's just kind of meandering over to it. Just lucky that Dawkins didn't decide to go. That's going to be outside, and we got a 2-2 count. And we got time. He's going to call that a no pitch, so we're still. That's going to be a 1-2 count now. I think they had time called, and so they were calling that a no pitch. He gets it in there, and it's not a strike. They're going to throw it to the second baseman. He catches it, but he doesn't get him out. Just got the ball, and that's a good play there for him. A Loudon dugout. Now we got one. And that is Dawkins. Terry with the pitch. It's going to be just outside. And now we got a full count after the no pitch that brought it back down to a 1-2 count. Bodie Terry on the mound, not quite as big a stature as Austin Mitchell was just a while ago, but still a good pitcher. And he caught him swinging for the third out of the inning. And what a night for Bodie Terry, the sophomore, with one loss on the season, only 14 innings pitched. He comes in the first opening round and gets his 15th strikeout of the season. He has now still pitched as many innings as he has strikeouts here, and that's something good for Bodie Terry. I will warn you, go ahead and warn you. If we go beyond the time limit I only have 3 hours I can broadcast on this app I've got. So if we go beyond that time, we will restart the broadcast. I don't anticipate we'll get that far, but if we do, that's what we'll do. Sequatchie County will come back up. So I'm going to fill out my All right, Indians, we got to end this here in the bottom of the inning because I got to go home. I got my dog to go to, man. I hadn't seen my dog all day, man. Colin Cooper coming up to the box. And he's got it in there for a strike. That is, are we still on Willis? Still on Willis for the pitcher. I was looking for that. Yeah, Bodie Terry had a really good inning last inning, and for him to come in this pressure situation and get that strikeout was amazing there. And that's going to be a high ball there, and we got a 1-1 count. And that is for Cooper. I'm actually having to modify my score sheet here because I don't actually have enough room for a 10th inning. And a swing and a miss. That's going to be a strike there. And now we got a 1-2 count for Cooper. Here comes Wright with the pitch. In there, and it's going to be just outside. We got a 2-2 count here. A hit here could make a big difference. It could just be a big morale booster for this team if you could just get on base. That's going to be high in the zone, and we got a 3-2 count for Cooper. Cooper, by the way, in this game has grounded out, struck out, and then struck out. So he's 0 for 3 in this game. Could he make it 1 for 4 now? Here he comes with a pitch. Caught him swinging, and the perfect game continues for Loudon. I know if you're an Indian fan, you don't want to hear that, but it's just an amazing game to watch here. When it's a pitcher's duel, I mean, I don't think I've seen a more exciting pitcher's duel because we've had runs, we've had hits, we've had people on base, but we've had a lot of good pitching and a lot of great-looking strikeouts caught him swinging. And that's going to be a high ball there for Hudson as he comes up to the plate. Hudson bats .398, bats .398. He has done that on the year. 18 RBIs, 26 stolen bases, and on-base percentage of .544. Of course, that's going down after tonight since he's not been on base 3 times this time. And he got a strike there, so we got a 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch. It's inside, and they're going to call it a strike there. So a 1-2 count now. Thank you so much. You got that sign off of us earlier. Now we got a full view of the field. Here's the pitch. It's in there and caught him swinging, and Hudson hits the bat on the ground, not happy about that. This perfect game continues, and that is strike number 7 for Willis. I know it sounds boring to y'all on the radio, but this is actually a fun game to watch if it was just in sometime. And you got a strike right there and a called strike. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all will continue to tune in as we go through the week here. We'll be here as long as the Lady Indians and Indians are here this week. In case you didn't hear, the Lady Indians lost 5-3 to Lexington and caught him swinging on that one for the second strike. That is Bodie Terry up. And Bodie Terry taking some of his own medicine here in this one. But the Indians did lose 5-3 to Lexington today. They will play tomorrow at 10 a.m. The winner of this one plays at 12:30 tomorrow, and the loser plays at 10 a.m., although we may still be here at 10 a.m. tomorrow when that one is supposed to be played. And did he get him? He went. Yeah, they call it out, and it's a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down for Willis. It's still a perfect game for this Loudon squad. Not allowed anybody on base. I can't imagine how long this can continue, but it just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. And folks, we have cleared. We're going into the 11th inning. We have cleared the scoreboard off because there's no more zeros to put up there. We're starting from scratch. Getting some air in here. Maybe y'all can get a little bit more of this atmosphere here as we get the sound coming in. Whew. Oh, me. I got to stand up for a second. I've been sitting down for 11 innings, 10 innings. Looking over here, seeing a lot of the Sequatchie County faithful over here to my right. Got a pretty good contingent over here. Loudon as well. It looks like some of them have walked off a little bit maybe. Having some fun here in Murfreesboro. It is 9:16 local time, 10:16 Eastern time if you're from the Eastern time zone. What? We're back in Dunlap. There's some of them that are in Chattanooga, so. So we will continue. Next up is Cade Smith, Jacob Mallory, and Jackson Duncan. That's the bottom of the lineup here for Loudon. First pitch, going to be fouled off. That's a strike. And here comes Terry with the next pitch. We got an 0-1 count now. And it's going to be outside there. Potts having to dive out there for it a little bit. Next pitch coming. Sorry, I was quiet. I was trying to figure this out. Next pitch coming, and it's going to be low there. It's going to bounce off Potts' glove. Umpire will give him a new one, and a 2-1 count. You got to think, if Sequatchie County could just get someone on base, this could be over at any point. And this ball is hit down the third baseline. It's foul. That's going to be another strike, and so we got a 2-2 count here. And I want to thank, shout out to Sean Cooley. He just texted me. He liked my humor, and he's a pretty dry personality, so I must be doing something right. Here comes the pitch from Terry. He swings, and it goes through the gap. It's going to go out to the left field, and we're going to have a single here by Smith. It's going to hit the gap. No big deal, though. Sequatchie County has had base runners on base all night. But that is the first one to hit off of Terry. I just want to say, if you're with us now, you must be a real big baseball fan. I'm just saying, because it is the 11th inning. What are you doing? Here comes the pitch. It's going to be bunted off down the third baseline, but it's foul. And that is Jacob Mallory. He's the left fielder, and he's up to bat now. And we got a strike, 0-1 count. Oh, Willis is in Mallory's spot. Gotcha. Willis was pitching. Changed in for pitchers for Hickman. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be bunted and fouled back. And now we got a 0-2 count. Can Bodie capitalize on this? We'll see. And I'll give you a shout-out too, Kylie, since I don't know why I should give you a shout-out, but I'll give you one anyway because apparently you cut my hair, and I would hate for you to mess that up. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be outside there, and it's going to be a 1-2 count. If you're listening in right now, give us a shout-out on the Spreaker app or go on Facebook and comment, and so we know you're listening, and give a big go Indians to these guys because they need all the support they can get all around this great state of Tennessee, whether in Smyrna or back home in Dunlap in the Sequatchie Valley. Terry looking down the base runner at first. Willis steps out of the box. He's going to step back in. Smith going to take a little bit of a lead, not much of one. It's going to go down to Willis, and he caught him swinging. And that was strike 3. And that's going to be fouled off there for the first strike of this at bat. And I believe that's Jackson Duncan up to bat, second baseman. Yep, 33. He's going to foul off the second one. Smith on first, not getting too much of a lead out there, but he is getting a little bit of a lead. I think he's worried Terry might actually throw him out over here. And it's going to be outside. Potts waiting, diving out or stepping out a little bit, see if he can't get the runner at first. Sometimes taking command, and we got a 2-1 count here. Sometimes taking the command like that can go a long way with the base runners. Makes them not want to get as much of a lead there. So I can totally see that. I see it all the time in smaller, like 9, 10, 11, 12 baseball. That's going to be a pitch, and it's going to be just outside there. And 2-2 is the count here for Duncan. Terry's still on the mound. Well, thank all y'all for tuning in. Give a shout-out to John Boston and the rest of the Hells crew that he's with as we got a pop fly up to about the second base area. And that's going to be caught by Austin Mitchell, the first baseman. And that's going to be a fly out there for Duncan. So it's a fly out to first base there. And Lunsford is up. Could he be the third out of this inning? Let's see. Smith still not getting too much of a lead. He gets a little bit of a lead more as he goes, and that's going to be a strike on Lunsford for the first pitch. Looks like the outfield's shading just a hair left. Not too much, but just a hair left. A wide gap between center and right field. The ball is hit to Hudson. It's shortstop. He throws it to first. He's got him. We're going to the bottom of the 11th, still scoreless. I got excited, then I deflated myself out of it by saying it was scoreless. Whew. I want to give a shout-out to everybody. See what we got shout-outs for. Clark Sims, we see you working. Eddie Seals, you're in Nashville. 1981 SCHS grad. I see you working out there. Lynn Hamilton Fultz, listening in Dunlap. Go Indians. I hear you out there. And Amy C., been listening the entire time, thank you. I appreciate you telling me I do a good job, because sometimes I do an awful. And John, I will tell you this. I'm not asleep yet. I know you're asking. I'm not asleep yet. I'm standing up right now to keep myself awake. I'm set up here in the press box. I didn't know if you were at the game or whatever, but I like it better than the Star Place. It's a lot more open. Gives me a little bit more room. They give me Cokes. You know, they give me food right on the field. I mean, I see everything. Like I could actually probably call this ball game from up here. Honestly, call the strikes and the balls. And Lunsford got the ground out on shortstop. And we are at the bottom, listen, wait for it, the bottom of the 11th inning. Yeah, we're still going here in Smyrna, Tennessee, because we go all night. We're on third shift right now running this radio crew. And by radio crew, I mean me and just me, myself, and I. Trevor Ritchie up to bat. Willis still on the mound. It's going to be hit. It's going to go into foul territory down the third baseline. I want to thank all y'all from Sequatchie County that are listening, even the ones that tuned in the seventh inning, thought you weren't going to get to hear a lot of the game. Well, I guess they heard you. They wanted you to get the full effect of the game in here. We're in the 11th inning. We got an 0-1 count here. And it's going to be in there and low, so a ball. One count here, no outs, nobody on for this Indian squad as they try to rally in the 0-0 game and make the best of it. Here comes the pitch. It's up, it's high, and Willis, you can kind of see maybe getting a little bit tired as that one gets outside there. Some of them just get away from it, but that one looked like it was just like, I let go too early right there. And sometimes that happens, but you got to think, when you're in the 11th inning of a baseball game, sometimes you're just exhausted. Here's the pitch. It's in there and outside. So we got a 3-1 count, and the Sequatchie County fans getting into it. They're ready to go home. Most of them are probably driving back to Dunlap tonight instead of staying here in Murfreesboro. Yeah, some might be go ahead and booking that hotel over there in the stands. And he walks him for the first time tonight. An Indian is on base. It took 11 innings to do it, but finally someone got on base, and it is Trevor Ritchie who gets on base, and he was walked by Willis. I know we're in the 11th inning, but Willis came in about 3 or 4 innings ago, I believe. I think he came in about the 8th inning. Now Mitchell's going to go for the bunt. They're going to throw to first. They're not going to get him. And they had the first baseman for Loudon. That's Bingham. He had to stretch out for that one and keep that one from going past him. Mitchell still hadn't got a pitch yet. He was going to go for the bunt, but they threw down to first. And now Ritchie getting a little bit of a lead, not too much. It's thrown in there. It's bunted. Mitchell, it goes to the pitcher. They're throwing it to second, and they got him at second, so the sacrifice bunt really doesn't get them anywhere. And for Loudon Lambert, Coach Lambert, he's going to call a timeout out here, and he's going to talk to the umpire. Not sure what he's talking about down there, but we'll go ahead and give some shout-outs here. I got to go down the list. Brian Lane, I appreciate you. You've been listening to me since with the softball game today. Christy Barker, longest game ever. Let's get those bats hot, Indians. Yeah, I know. Deborah Graham Camp, Tessa Keener, Monica Smith-Moore, Regina Johnson, Anthony Wright, Tessa Keener. I need to get him home. Monica Smith, Rodney Smith, Scarlett Nolan, and Tracy Jackson. Love to see y'all all listening, and it's good. I'm going to shout out all of you. Here's a strike inside, and that is that's going to be Griffin Hall. And now we got an 0-1 count on Hall, excuse me. I can say either one. I know him. That's going to be a high pitch, 1-1 count for Hall. Willis still on the mound. And Willis coming with a pitch. He's going to look down first, think about it. And Trevor Ritchie, he has a lead, and that's going to be a strike there on Hall. This is the farthest along the Indians have been tonight. It would be a shame to see this go away with one out here. We got one on, and that's Mitchell. Mitchell, with 11 stolen bases this year, bats .429, had 32 RBIs, and he's .487 on base percentage. Griffin Hall, that's up right now, he has 14 RBIs, 286, 7 stolen bases, and a .450 OBP on base percentage. We got a 1-2 count here. Hall awaiting the pitch from Willis. It's swung and missed, and they throw it to second trying to get him out. And they drop the ball, and they don't get him. So Austin Mitchell gets to second on a stolen base. You know, I knew if the Indians could just get on there, we'd be all right. And thank you for Mandy Harvey for tuning in. I just saw where you put that on there, so thank you. I hope that y'all are enjoying this. We only have 17 minutes left on this broadcast, so hopefully we'll keep all y'all. A few, Bo and Danielle Webb, we see y'all. A strike, and that is Tyler Lynn, I believe. Yeah, Tyler Lynn. So we got an 0-1 count on him. 2 outs, 1 on. That is Austin Mitchell. He's the second runner for the Indians to get on tonight off a sacrifice bunt that was a fielder's choice. They threw Trevor Ritchie out at second instead of opting to go for him at first. They didn't want a base runner on second, but Mitchell got there anyway. Willis. He pitches and gets him swinging. 0-2 count. Tyler Lynn, the sophomore, he's an outfielder. A left fielder, I believe. Right fielder, excuse me. Could he get a hit, and he gets a contact on it? He throw it to third, and they get him at third, and Austin rounds third, but it's not going to get home because it's the third out of the inning. And a ground out to the pitcher is out number 3 tonight. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to inform you that we are going to an unprecedented 12th inning. And we thank y'all for tuning in. He did not get the runner in, so we go to the 12th inning. And this, if I'm tired up here in the booth, these players down on the field have got to be getting tired somehow, some way. Yeah, I do need an inhaler, Brian. I do. I have one at home. I just forgot to bring it on the ride. I didn't think I'd be going to 12 innings tonight. But Yeah. Well, I've called 2 games. I called the softball game earlier. Sequatchie County lost to Lexington 5-3. They play at 10 a.m. in the morning, so I've got to go back to Dunlap tonight and then come back by 10 a.m. in the morning. So that's going to be about a 2-hour trip, so we'll see how that goes. 2 hours back and 2 hours here. I don't have no option of staying here the night, so I got to go back to Dunlap. I know you got plenty of hotels, but my dog needs me tonight. Here comes the pitch. It's in there. It's going to be outside there. And they've got Bodie Terry still on the mound. It's a 1-0 count now. Back up to the top of the lineup with Myers here in this 12th inning. We got a 2-0 count. And that's going to be strike number 1 at this at-bat. Austin Myers, he's the designated hitter. He hits leadoff. We're back up to the top of the lineup for who knows how many times tonight. Here's the pitch. It's up high, foul, up in the fence, and it goes back down to the ground. Now we got a 2-2 count on Myers. Here comes the pitch from Terry. And it's off Myers' bat. It goes to the third baseman, Hall, and it just misses. The ball just misses Mitchell's glove. And so now Myers is on base on, I'm going to call that an error. Base hit? Okay. Well, Griffin Hall had to come over for third, and he basically came almost to the pitcher's mound, but halfway between the pitcher's mound and the second base to try to get that ball. And so it just barely missed Mitchell's glove, and now they're going to throw down to Mitchell because they think they might be able to get him. Yeah, I might need to sleep in the car, Eddie. And they're going to bunt it there, and that's going to be Dawkins. He's going to be out at first, but Myers will go to second. Nathan Hickman, he was the pitcher that threw a perfect game through about 7 or 8 innings here. He's in the box. And here comes the pitch from Terry. And that's going to be a strike down inside. An 0-1 count here. Terry, he looks back at second. And Myers looking to steal out there, but that's going to be outside 1-1 pitch coming next. Here comes the pitch. Up and in. It's going to be a fly ball, pop fly going to Griffin Hall out there around shortstop. He's the third baseman. He comes in to get it again. And a fly out to third base. That's going to be out number 2 here. 2 outs, 1 on for Loudon. They throw it back to second. No, he's going to fake the throw. Still hasn't thrown to this batter. This is Andrew Gibson, the third baseman for Loudon. Number 25. And it's going to be a strike in there on that low inside or low outside corner. And now we got an 0-1 count, 2 outs, 1 on. That is Myers. He was the leadoff batter. He got the first. And they're going to foul it off over out of play over here to the football staff. That's going to be another, it's going to be an 0-2 count now.
Myers got a base hit. He got the first, and then on a sacrifice bunt from Dawkins, he got on second. So now that's how he got out there. And now we got an 0-2 count on Gibson with 2 strikes. Can Terry take the magic out and strike him out? No, he's going to fake the throw back to second with no one on. Takes another look back at second. He pitches. And they're going to call. And they're going to call a balk there. And Bodie Terry's going to be called for a balk here. I'm just trying to examine the situation here. Here comes the pitch from Terry. 0-2 count. He had a balk, so he'll be outside. Myers is on third. One-two count now. It's hit, high up, pop fly, shallow, center right field. Does he have it? He dropped it. He dropped it. Myers scores the first score of the night. Only took 12 innings to get here. And that was the second baseman for Sequatchie County that dropped that. And boy, I would hate to be him right now. The first score of the game, it took 12 innings, and now we're here. And now Loudon, you got a field. And now they're going to put Jasper Cooley on third to try to get maybe some more out of this. We got about 7.5 minutes left on this broadcast, so well.
Can y'all hear me now? Yeah, Testing, 1, 2. All right, sorry about that, guys. My thing got disconnected, so I hope y'all can hear me now. Here comes the pitch from Terry. That's going to be high and outside. In case you missed it, I don't know how long I was off that right there. Loudon just scored off a missed fly out from the second baseman for Sequatchie County. I don't know who it is because Bodie Terry was out there. Now he's pitching. That's going to be outside, so it's going to be 2-0 on the count. And Brody Bingham is up. He's got the 2-0 count on him. And Bodie Terry is pitching. It's going to be hit down past the second baseman and out to the right field. They got 2 on, 1 on first and 1 on. So 2 outs, 2 on for Loudon. As you got to imagine, Bodie Terry is a little tired out there, as much as these players are. And another courtesy runner over here for Loudon on first base. And Loudon, umpire telling Loudon to get back in the dugout. They had all the players almost out of the third base line over here celebrating with one of the other players. They've got to run. Sequatchie would have to counter in the next inning, but they got to get out of this inning first. Here comes the pitch. It's in there, and a strike. And this is Cade Smith. Cade Smith, 41, the shortstop for Loudon. And he's hit by a pitch, and now the bases are loaded. Coach E out there on the mound trying to meet with his players, and bases loaded here. A precarious situation for the Indians here. Hopefully we can keep this from getting over one run and maybe get to the bottom of the inning and pull it out. 4 minutes left in this broadcast. I'll probably have to start another one right after this, so just bear with me. If this one goes out, I'll have to share it again. If you're listening on Spear Nation Radio, you can probably just go to the Spear Nation Radio page. Go to Spreaker, search Spear Nation Radio, and it will pop up, and then it will show the newest episode of the most live episode. And it's hit down the right side over here on the first baseline, and that's out, foul. That's going to be an 0-1 count here for Willis. And we have a strike right there on the outside, so he's down 0-2 with 2 outs. Can Terry get the strike right here and end this inning with just 1 run of damage? It's going to be hit down the third baseline, and it's up in the air. Here's the shortstop, and all base runners are going to advance, and it just popped up out of Griffin Hall's glove. Nothing he could do about it. It's just a rough shot right there to him. And that's the second run of the game. Now 2-0 here. Took us 12 innings to get here, and now the runs are opening up. Bases still loaded. 3 on, 2 outs for Loudon here as they try to keep these runs coming, and the Indians try to stop it. And that hits in the corner, and they're going to score 1. Score 2. Now a 4-0 lead opened up for Loudon, and Sequatchie's only hope is to maybe try to get a bunch of runs here in this last inning. It's just not looking hopeful for Sequatchie County now. Now they allow 4 runs in the 12th inning after not allowing any in 12 in 11 innings of play. Still 2 outs, 2 on, 1 on first, 1 on second. Top of the 12th, Redskins here. Here comes a pitch from Terry, and it's going to be a pass ball, and both runners will advance from first to second and second to third. And right now it's looking like the Indians are going to be with that 10 a.m. start, and we're going to have to decide what game we want to broadcast tomorrow. It's up high in the air. It's a pop fly. If we catch this one, we go to the bottom. And we do. It's a catch there by Colin Hudson. Fly out to shortstop, and that's a good place to stop this broadcast. We'll start another one and see if the Indians can come back here. Just go to Spear Nation Radio, and I'll try to share this one on Facebook real quick if time permits. So we'll see you in just a moment. We've gone through our 3 hours of programming, and now we got to start another one.